Hi class. Right now we are going to correct this paper together. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and if you have a question, your wonderful substitute can replay that section for you. So, let's start with number 1. Write 142% as a mixed number in simplest form. It means write it as a fraction in simplest form. And it's just giving you that hint that your fraction should be a mixed number. So there's 2 ways you can look at this. You can either go, okay, well, a percent is always that number over 100, and I do 142 over 100, and then I reduce. Okay, I'm going to end up with 1 and 42 over 100, which gives me 1 and 21 over 50. Okay? You could also look at this and realize there's 100%. And when I have 100% of anything, I'm always going to have 1. If it was 200%, I would have 2. All right? Then I could look at, okay, I have 1 and I have 42%, which would again reduce down to 1 and 21 over 50. But that is what your answer should be. There's a couple ways you can get there. Either way, that is your answer. All right, let's write 14% as a decimal. I'm going to ignore that. Move this over twice. I get 0.14. 14% is 0.14. Let's do the opposite. Now I want to move it towards that decimal sign, and I end up with 23%. So if I don't want to be a percent anymore, I move away. If I do want to make a percent, I move closer. Either way, you're moving twice. Okay. Number 4 says, while unpacking a box of canned vegetables, you notice that 2 out of 40 cans are dented. Bummer. Write 2 out of 40 as a fraction, a decimal, and a percent, meaning I should have 1, 2, 3 answers for this problem. 2 out of 40 means that 2 is my part and 40 is the whole. I have 2 out of a total of 40. So I have 2 out of 40. Now, is that in simplest form? No. Hopefully all of you shook your head at the TV right now and said no. So I still need to reduce it for it to be a correct fraction. All right. I've got 1 answer. Now I need to make this a decimal or a percent. I'm going to go straight from here to percent because I know that 20 can go into 100. And when I write any percent as a fraction, it's over 100. So how do I get from 20 to 100? Oh, I times it by 5. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I end up with 5 over 100, which equals 5%. Well, now I need to write it as a decimal. And as we just learned up here, there we go. If I have my percent, I can make it a decimal. So I have 5. I'm going to move it over 1, 2. So I have 0.05 as my decimal. So you should have 1 over 20 as 5% and is 0.05. All right, we need to put these in order. Right now I have a mix of both decimals and percents, and that's not going to work for me. That's really hard for me to visualize. So I'm going to pick which one I want them to all be, and I'm going to go percentages to make my life easier. So I'm going to go oops. All right, so this one becomes 9.9%. This one stays 93%. This one is already a percent, 0.915. And this one, I end up with 9.2%. Now those are definitely not in order, and it wants them from least to greatest. So out of all of these, which one's the smallest? That guy, by like a lot. It's not even 1% yet. 0.915. So that should be the first one I have in here. All right, who's next smallest? All right, well, these two are very close. They're both 9%. But is 0.9 greater than 0.2? Yep. So I have 9.2%. And then I have 9.9%, which leaves me with 93%. All right, so your order should be 0.915, 9.2, which is the same as 0.092, 0.099, it's the same as 9.9%, and then 93%. That is the order they should be in if they're going to go from least to greatest. All right? Okay. Woo, we're doing good. Number 6, we are doing 40% of 15 is what number? So math-wise, it's telling me 40% of, everybody, of means, yay, multiply, of 115 is means that it is what number? I don't know yet. That's what you're going to find. Can I multiply? Yeah, because I have both these numbers. There's no mystery here. This is just a normal everyday problem. I can either choose to make this a decimal or a fraction. I'm going to go with decimal this time. That makes my life easier. So I have 115 times 0.4. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 1 is 4. 5, 6. 4 times 1 is 4. Now I got to move that decimal over. Boop. So 40% of 115 is 46. Is that a reasonable answer? Is 46 a little bit less than half of 115? Why, yes it is. So that's a reasonable answer. I'm going to stick to it. I'm also going to switch colors so these answers don't start getting mixed up. Okay. So number 7 says 60% of what number is 33? Can I multiply? No, I don't have anything to multiply it by. And if I can't multiply, what's the opposite of multiplying? Oh, it's to divide. So I'm going to divide. This time I'm going to use fractions. So I have 33 as a fraction divided by 60% as a fraction. If I have a whole number and I'm making it a fraction, it's over 1. If I have a percent and I'm making it a fraction, it's over 100. Don't mix those up. All right, everybody, what's my conga line I need to do? Keep it, change it, flip it. Woo! All right. So we have 33 times, and I'm going to reduce this. All right. Well, can I cross cancel? I can divide them both by 3, right? Okay. So we get 11. I get 2, which equals 110 over 2, which equals 55. 60% of 55 is 33. Is that a reasonable answer? Okay, well 60% is a little more than half. Is 33 a little more than half of 55? Yeah. Yeah, that's a reasonable answer. So always going back and check, does my answer make sense if I fill in my missing part of the statement? Okay. I'm going to keep switching colors to make everything a little more obvious. Okay. A restaurant holds an anniversary celebration. Cool. That doesn't tell me anything about math. It's just a nice anecdote. Of 90 diners, let's keep that in mind, of 90 diners who visit during the anniversary celebration, 27 are offered free dessert. What percent of the diners are not offered free dessert? What am I trying to find here? Percent. Should be obvious because neither of the numbers I'm given are currently a percent. So what I know is that I have a total of 90 diners. 27 of them are offered free dessert. That's cool. I want to be one of those people. But I don't really care about those people as much. What I care about is who is not offered dessert. Okay. Well, if I have a total of 90 people, 27 of them are offered dessert, how many are not offered? Okay, let's just subtract. And end up with 63. So the part that I care about isn't the part that's listed. But I need the part that's listed to find the part that I care about. Okay? I know 27 get free dessert. What I care about is how many people don't get free dessert. I care that 63 out of my 90 people don't get dessert. Okay? You have a couple options how to solve this. You could either do 63 divided by 90. I don't want to do that. That seems hard. So I'm going to do mine like a fraction. Okay, can I reduce this? What's their greatest common factor? It's 9. Okay, so 63 divided by 9 is 7. 90 divided by 9 is 10. Ooh, that's easy. Okay, so 10 times 10 is 100. So 7 times 10 is 70. 70% of diners are not offered free dessert. Yikes. It's too bad for those 70 diners here. Okay. Last one. A building has two sizes of apartments, small and regular. The ratio of small apartments to regular apartments is 17 to 3. Okay. How many total apartments do I have? Well, if I have a ratio of 17 to 3, and my ratio of small to regular apartments is 17 to 3, alright, what's 17 plus 3? It's 20. So I have 20 total apartments. That's my first answer I need. And I ask this because I want you to realize you needed this number to solve the second question. The second question was all the book actually put in there. But I worried that you guys would look at these numbers and think these were the only numbers you needed to work with. You need to use them to get your total, to get the whole, so that you can figure out the rest. Alright, so it says, what percent of apartments in the building are small? What percent? I don't know the percent. But I do know how many are small. I'm told my small ones are 17. I know I have a total of 20. So if I want to get to my percent, I know that this ratio is equivalent to my percent over 100. Huh? Okay. So this one's nice because I can do this. I know how many times 20 goes into 100. It goes in 5 times. When I do the top, I do the bottom. So I have 17 times 5 Okay, 5 times 7. Brain, turn on, please. 35. 5 times 1 is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so, am I done? Nope, because I haven't answered the question yet. This 85 means something, and it means 85%, okay, of apartments are small. That's the kind of answer I want on your test, okay? Just like 70% of diners are not offered free dessert. Alright, so you should have 2 answers here. There's 20 total apartments. 85% of the apartments are small. If you did not put a percent symbol, it is wrong. Because it asked for a percent. So it needs to be labeled as a percent. If you did not put a percent symbol, it is wrong. Percent. I need a percent symbol. So our answers are 1 and 21/50ths, 0.14, 23%, 1 over 20, 5%, 0.05. This one should be listed in this particular order, 0.915, 9.2%, 9.9%, 93%. Number 6, the answer is 46. Number 7, the answer is 55. Number 8, the answer is 70%. And number 9, you should have 2 answers, each worth their own point here. 20 total apartments, 85% of apartments are small, which gives me no freebie this time. Out of 10. How well did you do out of 10? This is going to tell you how well you're going to do tomorrow on your test. This is what your test looks like. So if you can do this, you're great. If not, please look at what you need to study.